Hi you all, and welcome to my channel Overcoming Gluttony. My name is Alicia and I used to weigh 327 pounds, and I will update you on my new weight in just a moment because today is weigh-in Wednesday. I'm actually recording this video on a Tuesday night at 11:07 p.m. Yes, 11:07 p.m. because tomorrow morning I have a bunch of early morning meetings that I need to get to, and I want to make sure that I deliver you all my daily vlog daily as opposed to getting behind like I've been doing for the past few weeks. So the format of today's vlog will be different from my usual daily vlogs. We will talk about my non-scale victories, all the bad food that I've eaten this week, as well as the lies I've told myself pertaining to health this week, and my new weight. So before we go forward, let me share with you my disclaimer. I have been on a natural weight loss journey since July of 2020. I am not focused on a number on the scale. I am focused on building healthy habits. So the way that I've lost weight naturally is by changing one or two behaviors every year that are pretty basic and simple, but yet gradually help me continue to lose weight. So my focus is on how frequently am I performing the new behavior? How frequently am I ingraining into my lifestyle these new behaviors? So for the year of 2023, I've decided that I want the new healthy behaviors for me to be drinking or having my breakfast consist of 60 ounces of water in the morning and 4 servings of raw vegetables, and also walking for an hour before I go to work. And I've been successfully completing these goals at about 96 to 97% of the time. Today is the 121st day of the year, and I've only missed 5 days out of the 121 days where I did not do that goal. So I believe that's about 96-97% of the time. So hooray, the fat girl finally gets an A in PE. Yay. So I'm doing this at like an A rating, at an A I don't know, grade, standard of performance. So hooray. And with me performing these health goals, my new weight is 250 pounds. So that means that I have lost 2 more pounds since last week. All right. Hey, we just striding on into the 240s. I ain't mad about it. I haven't noticed loose skin except for on the back of my calves. Fortunately, like I told you all a few weeks ago, I noticed some loose skin on my hips and around my thighs and right here on my upper abdomen, but I'm not seeing any loose skin in those areas anymore. So, hey, and plus my mini trampoline should be here pretty soon, and once I get that, I'll be able to use it, and hopefully that exercise will be able to thwart off any loose skin. So yay, I'm now past my 75-pound weight loss. I believe I'm at like 77 pounds from 327 to 250. Yeah, that's 77 pounds off. So yay, I weighed myself this morning and I decided let's do this on a Tuesday instead of for Wednesday. So now Let's see how much junk food I've eaten this week. I have about $30 worth of junk food. All of it appropriately stuffed in a French fry container. So, one day after work, I wanted some carbs. So I decided to go to Jack in the Box and get myself some French fries. I really wanted their straight fries, but they didn't have any. So I was like, hey, since you guys don't have the kind of fries I want, they gave me curly fries. I was like, can I have some extra fries? They accommodated me and gave me some extra French fries, and I enjoyed eating them. I was actually thinking about, I saw somebody that had some frozen French fries in their grocery bag, and I was like, maybe I should start buying my fries like from Walmart or whatever and putting them in the oven and cooking them that way rather than getting them from a fast food place. I don't think that that's a good idea, because then that would increase my consumption of French fries. And I'm currently I've decided to try to go without junk food for 4 months. That means for 4 months I should no longer have anything to share with you on Weigh-In Wednesday when it comes to junk food. To me, that's like running a marathon, right? That's my version of running a marathon, not having junk food. So we'll see how that goes. It's day 2, and I've already wanted to binge. So that tells me it's like an emotional thing, not necessarily a physical thing. So yeah, day 2 of me choosing not to have junk food, and I'm just like, and would you believe that somebody offered to buy me something free from the vending machine right as I'm trying to avoid junk food? Speaking of vending machine, I was craving some chocolate really bad, so I went to the vending machine to get some chocolate. And when I say I was craving chocolate really bad, no, it wasn't really bad. I was just craving some chocolate. So, you see, what had happened was I was looking at my different options, and I really didn't intend to start off with 3 things purchased from the vending machine. What happened was I pressed the wrong number on the vending machine, and it gave me the wrong thing. It gave me this, and these are some, says cappuccino chocolate chip cookies or whatever, and I didn't want that. So I just threw it in my purse and figured, okay, if I want it, I decide I'll eat it later. What I really wanted was my usual culprits, was these pretzels. And this is some peanut butter, and it's pretzels that have peanut butter in it. When I bit into these, I was in pure bliss. I was in pure delight. I was like, oh, this is so good. I was enjoying it. And so I bought another bag. Each of these cost me $2.10. Yeah, vending machines have gone up. They're no longer $1. Or at least if you go to a place that's very, I don't know, willing to rip you off, are very convenient. Normally my stuff from vending machines costs $1.10, but now it's $2. So I got 2 of these plus 1 of these. I told myself I wasn't going to eat this because I got it by accident. I'll just throw it in my purse and keep it at home for another day when I crave chocolate. No, that didn't happen. I ate it that night. And to my surprise, I actually liked these cookies. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to start coming back. These were also $2.10. I was like, oh, I'm going to start coming back to this vending machine to get these cookies because these are so good. And then I decided I'll make a recipe for something like a, what's that called? You know that bread that I make that I show you guys? Quinoa bread. I was going to make some quinoa bread with some ground up homemade peanut butter in it and honey and diced nuts on top of it to try to substitute this. Yeah, right. Like, I'm really going to do that. But I thought it out. I thought about doing that. And, yeah, so I was going to make alternatives for these, healthy alternatives for these peanut snacks, and then come back to that vending machine to get chocolate for this kind of a chocolate because I really enjoyed it. But now I'm deciding I'd rather see the consequences of me going without junk food for 4 months. I'm curious to see what my weight will look like, and that will be an opportunity for me to say that I ran my own version of a marathon. Speaking of chocolate, another time I really wanted chocolate, I was like, let me go into Subway and get some chocolate chip cookies. I got two of their double chocolate chip cookies. They look kind of dark. And then one regular chocolate chip cookie. I'm happy I did this because I was craving chocolate so much that I was going to binge. So I was like, okay, before I step into work, let me get myself some chocolate before I end up just binging on a bunch of double chocolate chip muffins. And so I was just like, let me just push this craving away. And I'm glad that I made, I think, a sensible choice by getting 3 chocolate chip cookies as opposed to just trying to deny myself and then binging. And these cost me, I believe, about $2.16. And I also went into Subway on a different day, not on the same day that I got these cookies, and I got myself a foot-long veggie sandwich. Why did I do that? I didn't bring food with me that day because I figured I wouldn't need any food, but there was a change of plans and I did end up needing food, and since I didn't have my own, I made a healthy choice and had myself a veggie sandwich with no cheese. I had mayonnaise, mustard, and their sweet onion sauce on it, and a ton of vegetables on it. And this cost me about $8.50 for that foot-long cup. And then I was feeling kind of hungry and wanting something warm. It was more so that I wanted something warm than being hungry. And so I went to Roberto's and got myself a bean and rice burrito. I believe that this will be the last time I do this until September. Y'all watch me run this marathon of not having fast food or junk food for 4 months. Why did I choose 4 months? Because 1 week would be a challenge, but that's not challenging enough. 1 month would be a challenge, but that's not challenging enough. 3 months is super challenging enough, but because I'm an overachiever, I gotta just do 4 months. And I think I'll really be pleasantly shocked with the results. And it's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going cold turkey on junk food altogether. I'm going to replace the junk food with beans and fruit. And I've already found out today that even though I bring a big old bag of beans that I've cooked myself and fruit, is not cutting it. It's not cutting it. I'm still hungry. And so I'm finding out that it's not working already on day 2. So I'm hoping that by adding sunflower seeds, like even more sunflower seeds than what I already have, I'll feel, I think the word is satiated, satisfied, full enough. But yeah, with the emotional rage that's going on, between me wanting junk food and me feeling like, oh, I'm satisfying myself, I'm living a good life that's not depriving me and all that stuff. With all those thoughts going through my head, plus the fact that I'm not putting food in my mouth and rewarding myself and saying I've worked hard to be able to spend money the way I want to spend it, yeah, I'm finding that it's going to be a challenge. But hey, I'm game. I'm game. One day at a time. Honestly, I don't feel like I'll be successful, but I'm going to be successful. I'm just going to take it one day at a time. And I'm also looking forward to the money that I'm going to save by not buying junk food, and also noticing how different I feel. And I also believe that part of the chains of bondage that I have like associated with food, like as being a comforter and having nostalgic feelings, I feel like some of those chains will also be broken, and I'll be able to see food less as a nostalgic type of comfort and more like a nostalgic type of comfort once I go back to eating junk food. But hey, at least I'll have some experience in there of fighting that. You know what I mean? Maybe not. Maybe you don't know what I mean because it doesn't make sense. But yeah, I do think I'll probably see food as a nostalgic comforter, but at least I would have gotten some licks in with trying to break free from that. Some significant licks. Because, going 4 months without junk food is amazing. It's quite an accomplishment. All right, now as far as the lies that I have told myself this week is now that I am more focused on my health, I feel like I'm fatter than what I was when I weighed 327 pounds. Because when I weighed 327 pounds plus, you couldn't tell me nothing about me not being cute. I knew I was cute. Okay, you can't. You can't. But now that I'm more vigilant and honest with myself, I feel fatter than what I was when I was 327 pounds. And I will share with you all some pictures. Okay, so this is a picture of me today with some strawberries. My boss came and brought me some food for meeting a certain goal. And she spends about $15 on us, and I ask her for organic fruit rather than buying me lunch. So this is me today at work, holding some of the strawberries. She's on the other side of me, holding some organic mangoes. And she just asked that we take the picture so that we can share with our team that, hey, when you do good, you get good stuff. So we took a picture and posted it. Now this picture right here is of me at a banquet, and I believe that this is in 2019. So I've been bigger than this size right here than the picture in 2019 because I put on 27 pounds at least during the pandemic. And that was a year before the pandemic. And here's another picture of me less than 2 years ago. Let me see here how we're going to do this. This is a picture of me less than 2 years ago at my job. So you see the same picture of me today right here. And then on this other side, this is a picture of me less than 2 years ago, wearing the same uniform shirt, a different skirt. And yeah, now when I look at myself, like when I saw the picture that somebody took of me and my boss together, the one that we took today, I was like, oh my goodness, I look so skinny. I was like, wow, I look kind of statuesque. So that was a good eye-opener for me regarding the progress that I've made. I didn't know I looked like that. I feel like I look super fat. But apparently, based off of the picture, you know, I don't look super fat. When I was in the yellow skirt, the picture that I showed you all of me in the yellow skirt at the banquet in 2019, I believe, I didn't feel that fat. I actually felt skinny when I looked like this. I felt like, hey, I'm skinny, I'm so cute, I look like Snow White. Yeah, I did feel that way. Whenever I put on that yellow skirt, I felt like, ooh-wee, look at how small I am. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe somebody's written some book about the psychology of losing weight and, you know, your mind not catching up with your body or whatnot. But now how do I feel as far as how much weight I've lost and how I look? I still feel like I am ginormous. Maybe because, like I said, I'm more focused on the fat that I have on my body. I can say I've lost 75 pounds or 77 pounds. I can see more of my refrigerator behind me. I can put on clothes that were too tight and start needing to get rid of clothes that were too tight and now they're too loose. But I still feel like I'm shaped like an egg a little bit. I know I'm shaped like an egg a lot less than what I used to be, but I still see an egg-shaped person. So I don't give myself enough credit for the accomplishments I've made. And I know that back when I was heavier and I would see people who have lost 70 pounds, 30 pounds, and they're talking about, oh, I don't feel like I've lost enough, I'd be like, girl, give me that weight loss then. Let me have that 30 pounds off. Shoo, if you don't want to accept it and be happy with it and all that stuff, then let me have it, you know? And now here I am with 77 pounds off and gliding down, you know, just the weight just, and the inches just plummeting off my body. And I'm talking about, I still feel like an egg. Do I have body dysmorphia? Does that affect people of my race? Yeah, it does. I know it does. But I don't know. I'm happy with the results. I'm taking things one day at a time. I'm working on ingraining healthy habits into my life. And maybe eventually, just like with trauma, maybe things will unravel eventually and I can see clearly. You know, because maybe right now I'm just not really seeing too clearly. And that's just the truth. All right, so now for my non-scale victories. And I better get to moving on as if I don't need to be, or as if I do need to be leaving my home at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So there was one non-scale victory that I forgot to mention to you all last week when I listed off like all those non-scale victories. There was one that I did not have listed that did happen last week. I noticed that I now, with being tall, I'm 5'8.5", and also being larger, when I buy stockings, they don't fit comfortably unless you buy the extra tall, extra super queen size stockings. They will land in an uncomfortable spot like down here. And it's very uncomfortable to wear stockings a lot of times, and I'm eager to take them off. But when I go to certain events like church or a wedding or some formal situation, I have stockings on. So I noticed that I was able to attend this wedding, and I wasn't eager to take off the stockings because they fit me just fine. And they weren't extra large, extra tall, extra big, super ginormous stockings. They were queen size, but not queen size tall, super plus, extra, beyond anything. Just queen size, not designed for tall people. And yet I was able to wear them all day. I wasn't in a mad rush to hurry up and take those things off. I wore them all day, when usually right after the wedding, they'd be off. Done. And freedom time for me. But yeah, they fit very comfortably. Also, now going into my non-scale victories for this week, for the first time when I measured myself, I noticed that I'm finally in the 30s. I used to be in the 50-inch mark on my body, and now I've broke through and I've got into the 39-inch mark, and that's with me. I think maybe either around my waist or around my bust, probably around my waist. But yeah, I finally hit one measurement that is in the 30s. So I'm looking forward to getting my other measurements into the 30s eventually. I also noticed that my face is more diamond shaped, and so is my neck is more leaner. I know I've mentioned that to you all before in the past, but it's continuously getting smaller and more, my neck's getting more elongated and my face is getting more tight. My waist is also starting to come back. I remember when I lost my waist, it was in the 250s, where I was like, I took a picture and I could see like, I don't have a waist. But it's starting to come back a little bit. It's starting to come back. So yay, I'm starting to get a waist again. I ate some French fries, as I showed you all, for the bad food that I've eaten. I've actually eaten a large and a small French fry, but yet I'm still losing weight. And so I'm happy I can finally be in that category of people who, have you ever seen somebody eat some unhealthy food, but yet they are losing weight, or they're not overweight? Well, hey, had some French fries, 2 orders of French fries, cookies, pretzels, cookies, and dropped 2 pounds. Yay. When I'm looking in the mirror at myself, I notice that my body is contouring, the transitioning of the curves and whatnot that I have. It's like a Michelangelo sculpture. I'm not trying to brag on myself or say that I am Miss Universe. Not that that's something to aspire to be, but I'm just noticing that, oh, okay, my body is really shaping up and cupping up and contouring. Oh, so beautifully. Oh, so nicely. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I had a family member who weighed probably between 400 to 500 pounds, and I would watch that family member get in the bed. And when she would get in the bed at times, her thighs would show, and I noticed that we had the same type of thighs. The back of her thighs was showing, and I would call them bronchiosaurus thighs because they're very large and stout and ripply. And I'd call those bronchiosaurus thighs, the backs of the thighs. And my thighs used to look like that. Stout, large tree trunks that are ripply. Some people may call that cellulite. It's beyond cellulite. It's like a place where you can store coins or something like that, you know? So the backs of and because that family member had those types of thighs and so did I figured, hey, I'm going to be doomed to have those kind of thighs for the rest of my life. That's just how it is. Someone that's related to me has them. I'm going to have them for the rest of my life as well. But I'm noticing now that I'm on this weight loss, health gain journey that my thighs, the backs of my thighs are smoothing out so nicely. No, you cannot store coins back there. It's just getting normal. It's starting to look normal. I have a skin protrusion. I don't know what it is. I try to pinch it off at times. I don't know if it's a wart or what you call an extra piece of skin that just wants to grow. And at times I try to pinch it off and hope it just goes away. And I'm noticing that when I saw it in the mirror, it's like behind on my back. I could reach it a lot easier. I was like, let me see if I can pinch that thing off. And it's like, oh man, I just easily reached behind my back to try to get that. There ain't no turning, twisting, and acting and all that stuff. It's just, I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. On the side of my thighs, on a normal thigh, there's like a line down the middle, right? A contour, a definition, a little indentation. And the indentation on the middle of my thighs is getting deeper, which means my thighs, I suppose, are getting toner or more usual looking. My waist is getting smaller. I know that's obvious since I've been telling you week after week after week about how month after month after month about how I'm losing inches. But I actually saw, I was in a rush putting on clothes and putting my clothes on in the wrong order. I noticed, oh, is that my waist? It's just that size? What happened to it being like this? So I was like, oh, that's it? That's all that I have on my waist? I was like, oh, okay. That's a little bit. Is that my waist? Yeah. So I've been hitting certain achievements at my job, certain things that they want us to excel in, and I've hit those marks twice in the last time that I've done a Weigh-In Wednesday within the last week. And so they offer us a free lunch when we hit these marks, and they'll be willing to deliver the lunch to us. And when I've hit it twice, I was like, oh, I could have asked for my Singapore rice noodles delivered to me. But no, I was like, both times I was like, no, I just want some organic fruit. So Yay. So yes, here we are, 77 pounds down. Your girl's trying to go without junk food for 4 months. Day 2 and already wanting to binge, but she didn't. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching with me, and I don't think I'll see you tomorrow on the actual Wednesday. Maybe I'll see you on Thursday, where we will be discussing what are we going to discuss on Thursday? Excuse me. Prevailing despite fire. I gotta get ready to go to this meeting in the morning, y'all. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.